guys. Welcome to episode 25 of the Browns Place podcast. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Ryan.
All right, let's get right into it. We got some NFL going on. What are we on now? Week 4, going into week 4?
No, we're going into week three.
Week 3, week 3. Okay.
Yeah, week three.
Um, any surprises? What do you got?
A lot of injuries early on in the season. There are a lot of people injured. Um, I mean, big guys too. Talking AJ Brown, McCaffrey's hurt,
Yeah,
Kittle's now hurt, Debo's hurt.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, your
there's
whole 49er staff is.
yeah, they're all hurt. It seems like there's a lot of big names out there that are hurting right now. Raheem Mostert's hurt. There's a lot of guys. Tua's hurt now, and then yeah, there's
So, what do you think
a lot of
about
people.
Tua? Should he retire? Everyone's saying that he should retire.
I mean, this is what is it, number three? Because he had two
3?
last year. This is his third one. I mean, at a certain point, you got to start thinking about bigger things. Uh, Three concussions in just over a year. It's not great.
Does he try to come back and see if he gets one more, I guess somebody calls it, and then he's brain dead, or
Yeah,
I
that's the
don't
thing
know.
though. You go do one more and then you risk even worse. Who knows? I mean, he's probably meeting with doctors. They'll probably tell him everything and say, you'll be fine. No, you're not going to be fine. Whatever. I think that kind of depends on that. But
Because I heard a
I,
lot of people saying he should retire.
yeah, pretty much everyone's saying he should retire. If it was me, I'd probably hang it up, dude. This is because that hit wasn't even that hard. But as soon as it went in his head and he was down, you knew he was out. So uh,
I don't know if I'm retiring yet. I'm waiting until something's breaking. If I
yeah,
can still go
that's.
out there and play and hopefully not get hit, maybe, you
He's a
know,
quarterback and he's always getting hit. So.
you can
Um,
slide, you can avoid. I don't know.
Yeah, you just never know. You just don't want the next one to be the
Yeah.
last one. So,
Well,
uh,
but
I don't know. It's dicey. It doesn't look good. We'll see what happens though. We'll see what happens with
no,
the
because I didn't
Dolphins
think that
too.
hit was that bad. So I mean,
No, it wasn't that bad, and he went
yeah,
down. He
yeah.
was down. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. But the Dolphins and them in general with the backup quarterback, that's not going to be pretty either because he didn't look very
Oh
good.
no, 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 no,
He
no.
didn't look good at all.
And then I saw that there was a Cam Newton sighting, but I mean, I don't know if he was just hanging around or if he was. I don't know. I
I
mean,
think how's that going to be
again,
any? That can't be much better.
maybe call Colin Kaepernick. I don't know.
I don't think that's going to be
Um,
much better either. I think you just need to.
then a then a backup quarterback that can't throw a pass now or concussed Tua.
It's either that or a guy who hasn't thrown a pass in 8 years now. So, I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know. That season they need to figure out something though, because that guy didn't look very good. So we'll see what happens with
No,
Miami.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
if they don't have Tua, I think that season's done. You know, because
yeah,
you can't run the ball.
yeah.
Every possession,
I mean,
because
you can go
otherwise they're
after
going to
that
start stacking.
Josh Dobbs kid. Um, Kind of shined last year. I think he's still available. He didn't end up making. He didn't make our team. I
Yeah,
think he's still around. So, and he's not bad. He did all right last year. I mean, you just need to get the ball to Tyreek and to A Chain, and you'll be okay, probably. They still have a good defense. You can probably survive, maybe make a push, but it's in the AFC. It's such a tough conference, so I don't know.
there's got to be. I mean, look at Sam Darnold.
Yeah, we just
I
got diced
mean,
up by Sam Darnold,
yeah,
so
the
um,
guy that you cut for your backup.
yeah, so.
Big old middle finger to you. There
I'm
you
sure
go,
there's somebody
49ers.
around. I don't know where Joe Flacco is. Is he playing or is he retired? He might have
No, I think
retired.
he's retired. But
I think he hung him up. But I mean, I
and
would have
then
settled
who?
for that.
What about Bryce Young?
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that benching. Yeah, he didn't look
Two
good, but
two
that
games
team's
in.
bad. That team's bad, and it's been, yeah, he started 14 or was it 14 games or something like that, or
Yeah.
18 games? I don't know. It's not even that many games. That's supposed to be your future. You can't go and bench him now after 2 games. Your
Oh,
team's terrible.
I think that's just going to crush his
Yeah,
any confidence that he did have. Yeah, I don't think he will have any more.
yeah. That team
Um,
is terrible. I mean, what are you expecting from him? They're not a good team.
yeah,
So I don't know how you're gonna go and bench him thinking, and then you're gonna bench him, this backup's gonna come in. If
I
this
think it's Andy
backup's
Dalton.
Oh yeah, it's Andy. If Andy goes in and stinks it up, and then what are we're just gonna play back and forth with these two?
Yeah,
That's
but what
just
if Dalton
stupid to
does
me.
good and leads them to the playoffs?
Well, then you have your answer, I guess. But I still just don't think that's a good look. This is the guy that you drafted first overall last year. That's a really bad look. Um, I wouldn't have done it, but
Well, again, I keep going back to throwing rookie quarterbacks in a starting position. Again, I think they need to chill for a year at least. You
well,
know,
also you're
you,
throwing
I
him
mean, if
into
you're gonna just throw them in, you take what you can. I mean, you better expect what You better not expect a 17-0 season. There's going to be
no,
some you know tears and fears and bumps and bruises. So you're just going to have to live with it if you're not
yeah.
going to put them behind a veteran quarterback. So
Well, that and plus this
we're
team's
going
already
through the same
terrible.
thing, and we just went through the same thing with you know Fields before that. So I mean, it's just what are we doing?
Yeah.
So
I mean, the team's terrible. No court unless you put them into the great situation, it's not going to go well, you know? It's just not going to go. I think even if you put Pat Mahomes over in Carolina, I mean, they'll probably still win games, but it's not going to be
eh,
pretty. It's not going to be
no.
the prettiest thing. It's not going to be like the Chiefs. They're still a bad team. So I don't know. I didn't like the benching, but we'll see what happens.
So surprise, surprise, the Bears O line gave up 7 sacks.
Yeah. And we had talked
Surprise
about this too before he had
for how
even got
many
drafted.
years?
Yeah,
We've been
we had
talking
talked
about
about
this
this
for
for a
two
while.
years.
That who's going to protect this kid? And he was running for his life against, was it the Texans? I think it was the Texans, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
2 years I've been saying that our O line is awful.
Yeah.
I mean, you get rid of Fields, and it's like, okay, what are you doing? Because you had the guy running. Okay, so you bring in the number one, and what's he doing? He's running. You know,
Yeah.
our offense sucks because the O line sucks. It's a shit show. You know, the
Yeah.
only way we're the only way we're scoring is either defense or special teams. Um,
Yeah, the kid has no room to breathe. He's just running around, just trying
and
to
then that's
survive.
that's just going to kill your defense because you're three and out, and then your defense is back on.
What's going to kill
And
him too?
yeah, so
It's going to get him hurt.
I just I saw this coming. I called it. It happened. Call me a fortune teller or whatever, but I mean, you don't have to be the smartest person in the world to know that we weren't. Without that O line being improved, you know, it's a shit show. Congratulations, Chicago Bears. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, let's move on from that before I try to dice something. Anything else NFL surprises? Jets
Uh,
win, big win
yeah, Jets win
over
on
the
Thursday.
Patriots.
Or the Patriots.
How
Uh,
that is. What about the Lions and Dan Campbell? So they lose that game, and
yeah.
then now he's got to sell his house and move because Lions fans found out where he lives and it's threatening his life and his family.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous seeing that that guy almost took you to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you just almost went to
Granted,
the Super Bowl last
he
year,
blew that Super Bowl, but
but
still.
he still got there,
Yeah. When was
you
the last
know.
time they got there? It'd been 20, 30 years or something like that.
And you lose a game, and now they're ready to friggin' hang him. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Just because you got a taste of the playoffs and a taste of now you're just thinking that it's going to be easy cakewalk.
We're
No
also two
way.
games in.
Yeah.
We're literally 2 games in. So,
So just yeah, I didn't like that. I mean, that's just he's got a family. There's kids involved. I mean, come on. Yeah,
yeah.
probably should be in our later series. Um, but yeah, no, that was a big thing. The Bryce Young and then the Lions with Dan Campbell. But we'll see how long Sam Darnold can carry the Vikings. You know, we'll see. What
Yeah.
about Kirk Cousins? And maybe
Well,
Saquon should catch a ball for a first down.
oh, it was coming later.
Oh boy,
Yeah, it was coming
that
later.
that lost the game. I mean, obviously there's probably other opportunities, but all you had to do was just catch the ball.
I would
That's
argue
all you
that
had
didn't
to
even
do.
lose the game. I told you this was going to come later. That coaching, that play call lost the game. Why are you even throwing the
But
ball?
I don't know. But I mean, he's a running back. You got to have good hands. You bet that pass wasn't that bad. Come on,
No, no.
you that's just give it to the Falcons for marching down and taking it. So
Yeah.
yeah, good games, and then some not so good games. I mean, Giants. What do you do with the Giants? Usually,
Did they
I don't
lose
know.
again? Oh, they did lose again. Like
Yeah,
at the end, at the very end. Yeah, I mean they're terrible. They're terrible. But they were always terrible and they're going to be terrible.
what do you do
Um
with a Daniel Brown or I don't know,
Daniel Jones, yeah.
Daniel
No.
Jones and his 40 million a year contract?
Yeah, it's got to go down as like one of the worst contracts ever. I mean, it's
So
terrible.
yeah, so we're in week 3 this week, right,
Yep.
for NFL. Okay. Um, so yeah, we're 1-1, but I mean, we should be 0-2, but um, so we'll see. Anything in this NFL?
No.
Well, Kelsey, does Kelsey got to pick it up a little?
Yeah.
That is a bad showing, especially
Yeah,
when
he stunk
you
it up.
show more of your girlfriend on TV than you do of yourself because you're not doing nothing.
Yeah.
Um, where'd you
Oh yeah,
go?
no. I'm right here.
You
Can you hear me?
disappeared. No, oh, there
I'm
you
here.
go. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Um, yeah, talk about a slow start. Is it the Taylor effect? Is it his head's not in it? Is it he's coasting until the playoffs? I mean,
I don't think it has anything to do with Taylor Swift. I just think he's stinking it up right now. I think it's probably just a slow start. I mean, when he gets it going again, then we're not going to talk about it.
yeah,
But
I mean, 4
and
games and
they're still
mm,
winning.
yeah,
So,
yeah. So
uh, granted, well,
I guess,
doesn't
I
matter.
guess,
But
I guess Mahomes can afford for him to take off the first couple weeks. I guess.
yeah,
But
no, they'll be fine. They'll be in the Super Bowl again. They'll probably win it again. So, but yeah, no, he's stunk it up these last 2 weeks.
yeah. Okay. Anything else, NFL?
Nah,
No. Okay.
yeah.
Major League Baseball wrapping down. 8 games left.
Eight
So
games, yeah,
six, seven. Yeah, we got 8 games left.
yeah,
We're 4 games over 79, 75. Pretty much out of the playoffs. I think
yeah,
we're 6.5 back now.
yeah.
Um, Man, Mets and Diamondbacks are tied. I don't know if what happened tonight, but
Mets
yeah.
lost tonight.
Oh, the
Um,
Mets lost. Okay,
yeah, Mets lost tonight. I don't know about the D-backs, but Mets
so
lost tonight. Yeah, still, I mean, Braves are still 2 games out of the
yeah,
third spot,
yeah,
but it's still a race. And then same thing with the AL, big race in the AL
yeah.
with the Tigers coming out of nowhere. They're a
I
half
know.
game
Where
out.
did that come from?
Yeah, they're a half game out, and the KC just lost today. Um, so now all of a sudden it's a big push for that third spot as
So
well.
a little over a week left. I mean,
Yeah,
we got 2 games with Nationals, 3 with the Phillies, and then we finished 3 with Cincinnati. So I mean, we
yeah,
could finish over 500, I guess, if that's a win. But I don't know. I
it
mean,
doesn't matter.
no, we're still not in the playoffs.
Yeah,
So do we fire Craig Counsell?
no. You're gonna
Is there
fire him
any
after the first year that you
is
just
there any
isn't he the
firing
highest paid
going
in the
on?
isn't
Yeah.
he in the highest paid in the league too? No, I don't think he's
So we
getting fired.
so we don't fire Counsell. Jed Hoyer is supposed to return for 2025, and
That
then
shouldn't
we
happen.
hope, and then we just hope that we get some free agents, and that's what we're banking on.
I guess Jed
I
shouldn't come
mean,
back. I mean, how many times over are we gonna do this? Jed should get fired.
yeah. I mean, it's just what are we gonna do? So I don't get it. It's a bad Chicago right now. So can't be a White Sox fan. I can't be a Cubs fan. Can't be a Bears fan. I don't know.
Don't want to be a Bulls fan either. Yeah.
No, because I mean I don't know who's on that team anymore. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, just bad. Um, can't be a Chicago Sky fan because they're not even in the playoffs, and we'll talk about that later. But
No.
yeah, for a big market, pretty much it's pretty dismal.
Yeah.
Um, anything else MLB wise? So yeah, another week left, and then playoffs will start. So
And the
um,
playoffs, yeah.
so like we have the Phillies next week, and they've clinched. Do they rest players? Do they play players? Do we rest players since there's no one? And
I
do we
don't think they're
just
gonna rest people because they're
play?
still fighting for the top seed.
Yeah.
I don't see why they would rest anyone.
And then what about like your team and my team that are just playing it out just to try to get over 500?
Mine's
Do
gonna
we
be
just
all young guys,
let the young kids play and
pretty
you
much.
know,
Although for some reason we're winning
or do you
now. I don't know how
or,
that happens, but
or do we chase the
yeah.
stats for the next week and try to improve your stats?
I mean, there's no one who can get stats for our team to get any better. I mean, there's nothing else. Matt Chapman signed his extension. There's no stat chasing there.
No, I'm just saying
He
like,
was on paternity leave.
personal personal stats for, your season or whatever. If you're like,
Yeah,
you know, 299, do you try to get to 300, or if you're at a
I mean,
96 RBIs, do you try to get to 100?
there's certain guys like Conforto's going to probably try to finish strong because he's going to be a free agent.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone.
Yeah, good. He should be
Yeah,
gone. He's
yeah,
not good enough.
yeah.
He should be gone. You
Good
know,
enough.
he's not good enough. He's not good enough. He's as mediocre as it gets. Blake
That's
Snell,
perfect for that team.
yeah, that's the issue. That's why he needs to go. Blake Snell, he's gonna try to finish strong. Um, he's gonna secure that bag, which he pretty much
So
already did anyway. So
do you throw the starter out again? Do you give him one more start,
yeah, I'll probably
or
get a start. He probably won't go as far as he like. I don't know if I'd be surprised if Bob lets him throw 100 pitches or something like that. Like
yeah?
he might give him like 90, maybe 80 or something like that.
And what did I see? Your boy was he the first right-hander to hit it in the Cove, or
Elliot
was it?
Ramos, yeah, he hit into
Yeah,
McCovey Cove. It's the first time ever in 25 years or
for
27 years since the
a
park was built.
right-hander hitter hits it into the
Yeah.
Cove, which is surprising. I'm surprised that he's the first one to do that. I mean, I don't
I
know.
mean, it's surprising that's never happened before, but
Well, that's what I mean. I
um,
mean, it's like, I don't know. You would think someone would have popped it over, right
no, no
field.
one, no opposing
But
team or
yeah,
anyone. But thank God it was the Giants, and
oh yeah,
not like a
yeah.
Dodger, not like Mookie or something like that. That would have been a
Oh
bad look for
God.
us. But
Speaking
yeah, no,
of
he was the first one.
Mookie, what about his boy?
Yeah, show man, have a day,
50
Jesus.
50, and then he hits another one tonight. So I mean, what is he at
Yeah,
52? So
it's
could he
still
try to
another
push for
base.
60?
He
I
could. That
think
would
I
be
think
a
it's
monster tear.
I
Yeah,
think it's too late, but
yeah, it's
you
too
might as
late,
well
but
stop now, so that way next year you can go for 60. Um,
yeah,
because
I
then
don't know. Yeah.
if you go 60 this year, then you just skip 50. I mean, you already made the milestone. Just shut it down now.
Yeah,
Um,
but talk about going 50-50 and then went 6 for 6 with 3 homers in the same day with 10 RBIs. I mean,
Also,
Jesus.
it doesn't hurt you who you're playing, but
Yeah, it's the Marlins, but still, Jesus, have a
yeah,
day.
yeah,
That
have a
was
day. Wait
ridiculous.
a, I mean, just so MVP wrapped it up right
Yeah,
there.
he already did. It was already
Yeah,
over. He was never. I mean,
yeah.
Frankie was there, but then Frankie got hurt, and it was never going to go to Frankie anyways. So it was always going to
I
show.
just think as soon, I mean, yeah, 50-50. There's just, I mean, no one's done
That's
it.
that's
It's just,
ridiculous. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know who else is gonna do it. I don't know if anyone else can do it. You know,
I think it'll happen a lot more now,
you think
just
so?
because just because the bases are bigger and yeah, there's guys threatening it. Like Ron threatened it last year. Ron threatened 50-70 last year. I mean, it's gonna keep happening. Show's gonna probably be able to do it again. There's
So 60-60 will be the next benchmark then.
yeah. I mean, if De La
Oh,
Cruz he hits tanks too
yeah,
and
but I don't
steals
know if he
bases,
can hit that many home runs though. We'll have
if
to
he stops
stand
striking
bases, but
out. But that ballpark,
yeah.
I mean, there's no reason he can't hit 40 home runs, 50 home runs probably. So, but he's young too. So yeah, I think we'll see it. I think we'll see it a lot more.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see it a lot more.
I don't know.
But that doesn't take it away. I mean, it's incredible.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think it'll be as common as you think. The stolen bases, I think, will probably obviously that's gone up. Um, I
Yeah.
mean, Nico's 2 years in a row, 30 stolen bases. So, um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. 50-50. That's amazing. So,
And
all
this is
right,
in a dead ball year too.
yeah, yeah.
So what
Um,
happens when it's not dead? That's what I mean. So when the
what if
ball's
he
not dead,
what if he played in Colorado?
I probably hit 100 because he goes
That's
yard every time he's there too.
yeah,
So he probably hit 100. But
that's crazy. So yeah, so next time we're on, we'll be just about what probably into round one of the playoffs. So at least we'll know who's in the playoffs. So
yeah,
all right. NBA, any NBA news? Probably gearing up here pretty soon. Next
yeah,
month or
nothing
so.
really.
Yeah, it's been pretty quiet.
Yeah,
The dub. What about the dub?
season's over. On to the playoffs.
Playoffs.
Yeah,
You got first round. Do you like the three games in the first round?
no,
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't
I
like three
wish it
games
was.
in any series.
Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, it's just too short.
I don't like 3 or 5
You
games in
know,
any series. It should
it's
always be
just
7 series or 7 games, in my opinion.
five, I guess, for the opening, but I mean, not three. I mean, you have a couple bad games and you're screwed. It's like you know,
Yeah, but you shouldn't
um,
hang out. You shouldn't be having bad games in playoffs.
and and you might not even get to go home either. So, um,
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know. So you got Liberty one seed versus Atlanta, and then you got Aces versus Seattle, and then on the other side you got Minnesota versus Phoenix, and then Connecticut versus Indiana. So a couple things here that I see is one, you're not going to get a finals of Aces and Liberty because they're going to be in the same
right.
semis. Two, Caitlin Clark effect, Indiana Fever, getting the 6 seed.
Yeah,
So, and then three, where's Chicago Sky?
yeah. They fell off. They lost to.
So,
They missed out
yeah,
to Atlanta. Yeah.
yep. So, um, and I think Atlanta, I think they were actually tied with Mystics too, but I think Atlanta had the tiebreaker on it. You see that
Mm.
Indiana and Mystics game for the attendance, largest
No.
attendance ever, 20,772 or something like that for Washington Mystics, who were obviously trying to get in, but then a Indiana team that was already in, and they weren't gonna improve their seating at all. So I mean, like a bunch of them didn't even play probably three-quarters of the game. You
Yeah.
know, so but 20,000 largest um, attendance in the W.
Yeah. It's pretty
So
cool.
that's pretty cool. So who do you see coming out? Do you see an upset with Atlanta and Liberty, New York?
No.
Do you see eight beating one? No.
No.
So what about Seattle and Aces?
No.
Although Aces have played better the last 10 games, so you see the semifinals. You see Liberty versus Aces.
Yeah.
Who do you have coming out of that?
Liberty.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
And then so you have Liberty going into the finals on that side, and then Minnesota and Phoenix.
Minnesota.
Nafisha Collier. I mean,
Yeah.
she probably could get some MVP votes, but I mean, I think
She
we all
shouldn't get
know who
any.
the
She shouldn't
what
get any. She shouldn't get any. It should be
she should.
unanimous. She shouldn't
No,
get
I'm just
any.
saying. I'm saying if it wasn't unanimous, I could
Yeah.
see some votes going to Nafisha Collier.
Yeah,
She
but
had
she
a
better
she
not.
had a
It should be
great season.
unanimous. It should be
Um,
unanimous.
Connecticut Sun versus Indiana. Who do you see coming out of that?
Um,
6 versus 3.
I would love to say Indiana, but if they're off, then it's wraps. And they're young. They've never been there. That's an
Yeah,
issue too.
that is an issue.
And Connecticut is going to blitz Caitlin.
That's
They're going to
that's
take
a
her out of that game.
that is a
And
tough team.
so,
Very tough
I mean,
team.
you're putting a lot on Kelsey and Aaliyah. And I don't know if that's. I mean, it's a
So
3-game series. Anything could happen, but I don't know. I don't know if I
so
see it.
so speaking of Kels, first pair teammates in WNBA history to each make 103 pointers
Yeah, she's
in a
pretty
single
special.
season.
They're both pretty
So
special.
again, Smash Sisters, or what do we call them?
What did you call them?
Yeah,
Splash Sisters? Yeah.
Splash Sisters. Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously.
No. But sure.
Um, but no, I mean there was some definitely so unanimous. So most 1,000 points and most rebounds.
Asia?
Yeah,
Yeah, and she's gonna win Defensive Player of the Year? Yeah, it should be
so
unanimous.
unanimous. Okay. No,
Yeah,
I
it
agree.
shouldn't even be. It's just like
I
Caitlin
agree.
Clark, Rookie of the Year should be unanimous too, but it's not gonna be. But that should be
Yeah,
unanimous.
I think some people are gonna
They're
have
gonna give it
some, you
to
know,
Angel, but they shouldn't. It should be
yeah,
unanimous.
yeah. But speaking of rookie of the year, so 2008 rookie of the year and MVP, you know who it was?
2008. I don't know. Candace.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Candace Parker. That's who it was.
Uh,
She won rookie of the year and MVP. But let's compare the stats. So points, she averaged 18.5. Caitlin is averaging 19. Okay, so score one for Caitlin. Rebounds, Candace was 9.5, Caitlin at 5.8. So put one for Candace. Assists, Candace at 3.4, Caitlin at 8.4. So one for Caitlin. Steals was pretty close, but Candace 1.3, Caitlin 1.4. Blocks, Candace 2.3 versus zero point 0.8. And then three pointers, zero point 0.3 versus 3.1. But then field goal percentage, Candace had 52.3 versus 42.5. And then free throws, Candace 72.3 versus Caitlin at 90. So out of those same categories, she got one, two, three, four, five. So look at those, but I mean, just look at those stats. 18 and a half and nine, 9.5 rebounds, two blocks, 52%. That got Rookie of the Year and MVP.
yeah.
So I don't know if that just means it was a light, you
I don't
know,
know. I don't know anything about that
rookie year
season,
that year,
but
or if
that does
that was
not
a
sound
light
that impressive.
MVP season. But
I
yeah, I
mean, great
mean,
rookie year, but for that to be an MVP season sounds pretty nuts to me, seeing that we had someone
because
average
even if
27.
so, yeah, even if you were to take Asia out of that, and if you look at these two, I still wouldn't say CC is Player of the Year or MVP. You
No,
know,
no, no.
so yeah, I just thought that was interesting. But I mean, that's crazy. All right, yeah, I mean, I do think Liberty over Aces, and I probably. So what about Minnesota versus Connecticut?
Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning that way. Again, I would
Yeah.
like Indiana, but I don't know if they're going to be able to beat
I would
Connecticut,
like Indiana too. I think they could
especially
do
two
it.
out of three.
I just don't think they're going to. They're also
Um,
young. They've never been there. None of them
they
have
gotta
ever
they
been
gotta
there.
at least they gotta at least win one, I think, just to get it back to Indiana, just so they can, you know,
Feed off the crowd.
yeah,
It all
or at least
depends on what.
at least that way the crowd gets to see them in the playoffs. And
Yeah, it all depends on what.
that's why I hate the 3 game series because if there's a 2-0, then it's done. So you don't
Yeah,
even get to go home. So
yeah. Like I said, it all
yeah,
depends on how. I don't even think it's Cece. I think she's gonna do what she can do. Depends on what her teammates are gonna do. But Connecticut, they're gonna blitz her. They're gonna take her out of that game as much as possible. and they're gonna put it on Kelsey and Aaliyah. I don't know. That's a
Yeah,
big load to carry for 2 straight games in a different atmosphere on the road.
yeah.
So
We'll
we'll
see.
see.
Um, and then okay. So anything else, W? What about? Is that it?
No, I
Okay.
think that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Kudos to Asia. What a monster. I mean, she's just
She's the best
it's
ever,
pretty
I
cool.
think.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I mean, it should be unanimous, and I'm sure some person's not going to do it, but it should be. So,
Should be
um, what
pretty
about DT?
incredible.
Does DT retire?
Yeah, didn't she already say she was?
No, she kind of left it open. She's like, she hasn't made a final decision on it.
Oh,
And she didn't do like a farewell thing. Um,
oh,
they brought her back in the last game,
right.
but it wasn't she said something about, she's going to wait till her emotions are out of it or something like that. But I mean, I don't know. I think if you're going to make it your last season, you do that at the beginning and announce that. So that way you can get a
Mm,
farewell to her, right?
maybe not every player's like that
For
though.
one of the best.
Yeah, not everyone's
So
like that though. She might. I mean, she's been playing a while. It's been a while. She's been playing a while. She's getting up there too in age. I don't know how old she is. She's got to be.
41, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's
41,
got to be in her
42.
40s.
Yeah.
I mean, how much longer are you gonna
Yeah,
do
but
it?
I mean, she's still scoring. She's still playing pretty good. I mean, you
Yeah, I
know,
mean, she's DT. She's one of the best ever. I think
it
she's gonna
wasn't like
always be
averaging
able to do
5 points or
it. No.
whatever. So, I mean, you know, and I
Yeah,
think she
no.
was relatively healthy this year. So, um,
But that's a
but yeah,
lot. That's a lot of playing, you know. So I don't know. I'd be surprised. I thought it was her last year. I thought we had already
yeah.
decided. I didn't know it was kind of up in the air still. Um,
No,
but
I think I would like her to come back 1 year and then just announce and say this is going to be my last year. Blah blah blah.
yeah, I think
You
players should
know,
get their tours. I think
yeah,
players deserve their
yeah.
flowers. I think she should do it, but I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't. But
But
we'll see.
I don't know.
She's
Maybe
also working for
maybe
ESPN and stuff too. I feel like I don't know. It
yeah. She's
might.
got other stuff going on.
Yeah,
So
I feel like got a
yeah,
podcast. I feel like it might be raps for her, but we'll see.
yeah. All right. Anything? Okay. What about golf? Solheim women.
Yeah, they brought it
Win
home.
it. Yep, yep. Good
Yeah,
for them. So,
yeah, it was
um,
pretty good.
yeah, it's pretty good.
Brought it home on home soil, so that was good stuff.
Yeah. What
Uh,
about that matchup with Nelly and Charlie Hall on the
yeah,
last round?
Charlie pulling off
But
that
Charlie, yeah, she
pretty crazy
killed it.
upset.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
she's tough, man. She's so
oh,
tough.
dude, she's crazy. She's
Yeah,
crazy
she
good.
is. Yeah, she'll
She,
go drop a
I would,
bird and then rip a dart in your face. I mean,
I
she's
know.
crazy.
If they probably let her, she'd probably smoke a cigarette while she's on the tee box driving.
Probably mid swing. I mean, she's a
Do like
psycho.
she could be like a John Daly, just have a cigarette in her mouth and just hit the ball.
And she still
You
will
know?
whoop your ass. I mean, it's just
Yeah,
nuts. But I mean, Nelly balled out too. Apart from that, that was her
yeah,
only loss.
yeah, yeah.
So that was pretty nuts that and that's world number one Nelly too. It was pretty incredible that Charlie was able to pull through.
Big
Um,
Rosang, she balled out.
yeah,
That's probably
Rose,
Lexi's last,
yeah,
Solheim. So yeah, it was good for her to go out on top. So yeah,
yeah, it was
it's
pretty
good to
cool.
see. So what about this? Would you rather win the Masters once but never any other majors, or win all the majors multiple times but never the Masters?
All majors multiple times. Well,
But
like how
not the
many
Masters,
times? How many
like
times am I
multiple
winning these other
times.
majors?
I don't
Am
know.
I am I
Like,
winning these 20 times?
say, like you're Rory.
And I've won, what has he won? Four? If
Yeah,
I've won four and no Masters, I'd probably still prefer that over just one Masters. But because I mean, if we look at careers, who's had a better career, Adam Scott or Rory? I mean, I don't think anybody's going to say Adam Scott's had a better career. So I'd probably have say Rory. But
yeah.
you just need that Master. You still need a
So,
Master. You got to
but
lock
does
it in.
that define him? That one
Mm,
tournament,
mm, kind of.
really?
We're reaching a point now where I mean, he's already, because of the way he went about it when he first started and when he was winning and the tears that he's gone in and the FedEx Cup champions, and all that stuff. Rory's always gonna be Rory. He's always gonna be one of the best ever. But if he doesn't win one, that is going to loom over him forever.
Really?
I do think
Hmm.
so. Yeah, I think so. It's just like, I mean, Brooks is coming up to that point too. I mean, Brooks is won. Well, he hasn't won the Open either. I don't think
What's
he's
he
won
won
the Open.
5?
Yeah, he's won five though. I think he's won what, three PGAs and two US, or it might be the other way around. I don't know, but whatever it is, he's never won a Masters. That's gonna start. If you talk about your greatest players, they've won Masters.
Hmm.
So you gotta win. That's the tournament. You gotta win a Masters. You gotta have a jacket.
So winning the Masters versus not winning any of the other ones. I don't know.
But I wouldn't want, just if I had to pick one personally, whether winning one or winning four or five, I'd rather win four or five.
Yeah,
But from
that's
a
what I think
legacy
too. But
perspective,
yeah.
it looms over you if you don't win Masters. You got to win a Masters.
And people with multiple,
No, I
like
mean it's still
Scotty.
incredible.
Scotty's got, you um,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
his
people with multiple
Scotty hasn't
Masters. Yeah, no,
Scotty
it's
hasn't won all the majors yet, has he? I don't think he's
he's
won
not
the.
won a he's not won the Open.
Yeah, he hasn't won the Open.
Yeah, he
So
hasn't won the Claret, but he's won everything else.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm. Um, did you see something about like now the live players are eligible for Ryder Cup?
yeah, Ryder Cup and PGA
Yep,
championships. Yeah,
yep. So that's
so they'll
good.
be there.
That's the way it should be.
Needs
We
to
should have
wrap
the.
up. We need to wrap this shit up. Yeah.
We've been talking about this for 3 years.
Yeah.
You
How
know.
long are we gonna loom over this? It
Yeah.
needs to just get wrapped up.
Well, maybe this is like part of it. Phase one.
Like
You
the
know.
kickstart. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. No. I mean, everyone's been talking about it. It just needs to be wrapped up, and we're still talking about it 4 years
Yeah.
later.
I
So
mean, you kind of knew that they were gonna start bringing live people into the next Ryder Cup after Rombo left. There's no way they were gonna have a Ryder Cup without Rombo, and then with the U.S. not having Bryson, uh, it was always gonna be. It felt like it needed to happen for them to be in the Ryder Cup. So I kind of figured it would happen probably pretty
yeah.
soon. But the rest needs to be done.
Yeah. No, I agree. What about President's Cup? Are they eligible for President's Cup, or is it which one's coming up this year? Is it President's Cup
President's
this
Cup.
year?
Yeah.
President's Cup.
President's Cup.
Um,
I don't know if they're
and they're not.
eligible for it.
I don't. Are they
None of them
eligible
are
for that?
playing in it.
Maybe they're not eligible for that.
But like Rory's
So
not playing in it either. Um,
Rory's not doing the President's Cup.
no, he's not in the President's Cup. There for a
Huh.
team Europe or a team international, whatever it is. There's a lot of guys that aren't in that team that you would think would be in that team. In the U.S., I mean, even the U.S. are missing some people too. I mean, but they have Rory or
Well,
they have Scotty and Zan.
why
But
is like the President's Cup like diminished versus the Ryder Cup?
I don't know.
Don't
I
you
have
think
no
it would be the
idea.
other way around? Because President's Cup,
And
you're getting more people, right? Because you're getting it's not just Europe, right?
yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's like that. Um, but yeah, I saw Rory wasn't in it. Um, I don't know. I think Ludwig is in it, but I'm not sure. There were some big
Hmm.
names missing out from that side though, that from both sides there that aren't in it. And I was kind of surprised by that. So I
Yeah,
think
I
it,
would think Ryder Cup would be bigger than or the President Cup would be bigger than the Ryder Cup, just because it's more
yeah.
global. But
Yeah, but I think
uh,
like yeah, I think like Hideki, I think he's in it.
well, yeah, because you can
Um,
get more of the Asians on
yeah,
there on that side. So
yeah. Um,
um,
but yeah, I don't know.
it
I don't
just
know
won't
why.
be Europe. So
Yeah.
all right. Uh, anything else? We got soccer. Anything soccer news going on?
Still pretty early on in the
Tennis.
season for everything. Yeah, Laver Cup is going on right now. Um, it's Team World versus Team Europe. I think Team Europe is leading right now, currently, but Team World just got a big win over Medvedev and I can't remember who his partner was, but Ben Shelton and Taylor Fritz got a big win. Um, but yeah, that's going on right now. That's like a Ryder Cup kind of situation for
Mm-hmm.
tennis. So that's pretty cool. Um, yeah, otherwise nothing for tennis. It's wrapping up. They're coming up on the end of their season too. They're about to have their finals, so that'll be happening soon. And then for soccer, still pretty early on in the season for the most part. NWSL is going on still. Trinity Rodman got hurt today. It seemed bad
Oh,
too.
did she really?
Yeah, she got hurt. She was crying. She was in a wheelchair. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
whole thing. Yeah, they said something with her back. I don't know what it was though. Um, but hopefully nothing too bad. Some people were saying like herniated disc. I don't know though.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't see exactly what happened on the play, but yeah, I did see her leaving in the wheelchair and seems to
Hmm.
be in a lot of pain. So hopefully she's all good. But otherwise, yeah, soccer's in kind of
Yeah.
full swing right now. Nothing too crazy.
Okay. All right. Segment of Gotta Be Better. What do you get for Gotta Be Better?
Yeah, I really only had one, but Nick Sirianni and Saquon Barkley, what are they doing? I don't
Just
understand.
catch the
First of all,
ball, man. Catch the
first of
ball.
all, catch the ball. And this is
Catch the
one of the
ball.
best running backs in the league. He's caught more passes, way more difficult passes before. That was crucial. You need to catch the ball. That hit both of his hands. It was a plain drop. That was
There
terrible.
wasn't anyone draped on him or anything like
No,
that. So I mean, there
completely
was,
open,
yeah, yeah.
no pressure, anything. He was
Catch the
gone. It was
ball. You get the
easy.
first down. You might get the touchdown, but
Yeah, it
game
was
over
easy.
pretty much.
It
And
was
it's just
easy.
like
But then Nick Sirianni, why in God's name are you running a passing play when the Falcons don't have any timeouts? All you need to do is run the ball. Yeah, they'll probably stop it, and then yeah, you have to punt it away, but you will drain their time. They won't be able to march down the field. That was so stupid to me.
so.
I
Were you
didn't
more
understand.
upset about the play call or the
Play
actual
call, play
execution of the play?
call, play call,
Really?
because I was watching it and I could not believe that they threw a pass rather than run the
Yeah, but
ball.
I think when you have, your quarterback and you have Saquon, I think you're trusting them on A, get him the ball, B, catch the ball,
Yeah, but
C, game over.
that right
You
there is
you get your
exactly why
two,
you run the
you get you
ball.
you get your two, but yeah, but I mean Saquon could fumble it too.
Well, no, like you hold on to the goddamn ball and you just run through. So I think you expect, yeah, but if even if he does fumble the ball, it's the right play call. Then it's just all on Saquon. This was all Sirianni though, not all, but way more on Sirianni. Why even put yourself in a bad spot? Just run the ball. They had no
It's
timeouts. They were dead.
Is it
I
worse
don't
than the Pete
understand.
Carroll not giving it to
No, no, no,
Marshawn?
no, 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 no. Nothing beats that. No, no, no. Nothing will ever beat that.
You can't
This
get
isn't
one
the
yard
end of
in
their,
on the
yeah, this isn't
ground.
the end of their season. They'll be fine, but no, no, no. Nothing's as bad as that. But I just did not understand why he would not run the goddamn ball. Just run the ball.
Yeah, but I don't
So,
hear Eagles fans going after Sirianni and making him move out of his house.
oh well, yeah, they're probably not trying to bomb his house, but yeah, they're
Yeah,
they're not happy with
well,
him. They're yelling
and
at
that
him. I
and
saw a
then
bunch
yeah,
of
trust
stuff.
me, that's probably not the city of brotherly love right now either. But I mean,
No.
um, yeah, again, I'm okay with the play call because you have your two best players, but just catch the ball.
No,
Yeah,
I hate
I don't
there's
know.
so many things that could go wrong with that. It's just like what if Jalen goes and gets sacked or there's so much that could happen.
Yeah, but he could have scrambled. I mean, he could have ran it himself, but I mean, I
He
don't
could
know.
have.
It's just,
And he probably should have too.
maybe just a little. Maybe it was
Cuz
a
he
play
had
call. Maybe he should
cuz
have
what he
rolled
had
out,
like
and if he can run it, run it. If he has to
yeah,
throw it. But I don't
because he
know.
had
I
what? Like
mean,
two big runs in that game. Two
yeah.
great runs in that game that were big time runs. He could have just ran the ball too.
But
And he
again, if
probably should have
Saquon
known
just
that.
catches it, we're probably not even having this conversation.
No, we're
It's
talking
like,
about the balls on Nick Sirianni to make that play call. Yeah. No, but that's how it goes. That you can't do that. It's just bad. So those are my two though. Those are mine.
yeah, that was just. and you almost knew at that point, you knew Kirk Cousins was going to take him down, win the game. I mean, it just
Oh,
it
dude,
felt, dude,
it
just the
drained him. It
air, just
drained that
everything.
whole
Yeah,
stadium. Yeah.
yeah.
And
I mean,
You gave Kurt that much time, and he was gonna
yeah.
go and do it. Kurt,
I mean,
yeah,
the guy's going to get sacked. He's going to throw a ton of interceptions, but you know
yeah.
what? He's going to march down and get you a touchdown when you
He'll give
need
you a
it.
shot. Yeah, he'll give you a shot.
You
Yeah.
know, so yeah, that's crazy. I
Also,
couldn't believe it.
Eagles defense, man. Eagles defense
I
couldn't stop
just
a nosebleed on that last drive. He never got
I
touched.
just well, they were playing pretty soft too. I thought
They were playing soft, and then
the
there
CB,
was no
yeah,
one was attacking Kirk whatsoever. He had all the time in the world. He could do whatever he
yeah, and
wanted.
that's one guy that you just got to blitz the shit out of
Yeah, he's coming off of an
because
injury, and he's not
yeah,
a runner.
he's got to be running for his life. I mean,
Yeah,
that's just you know,
go
he's a
after him.
pocket passer. He's not a Mahomes for sure. So
No, no,
all right,
no.
I had a couple. Well, one we already talked about. So Bears OL, you know,
Yeah,
just I've said enough. I
it's a
mean, it's
Pee-wee
just
line. It's
it's
disgusting.
just.
It's terrible.
I mean, we could. I mean, we got lucky in the first week because of the defense and special teams.
Right.
So if this continues, it could be 1-16. So you know, yeah.
You got to
So,
protect your
anyways,
kid.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not gonna. I mean, what are you gonna do now? Is it automatically just gonna appear? You know, and
Oh no,
then
dude. And
in a
defenses
couple
are coming for him too
And
now.
then in a
They
couple
know.
more weeks, when Williams starts getting frustrated, what's that going to do to the team? Because I could see some turmoil, you know, happening. So yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't look pretty. It just recipe for disaster. Um, Cheryl Swoops getting fired.
She got fired? I didn't
She
see
got
she got
fired.
fired.
Yeah, she got
I didn't
fired.
see she got fired. For what?
Yeah. I just think it was just derogatory comments about CC and all that. So she's not doing her announcing gig anymore. So
Oh wow, really? Okay. I didn't know
yeah,
about that.
yeah. And then my other one is minor league catcher for the Twins. Got
Yeah.
picked in the sixth round. Dude, you have 10 million boys out there wishing he could be you. And what do? You tip the pitches because you want the season to end.
Yeah.
Dude, how? I mean,
Fake an injury.
like, again, I don't know how he's not on a death list, um, but I mean, just what what goes through a thought process on that? I
I have
mean,
no idea.
again, you get drafted. You know how many people want to get drafted? How many boys want to get drafted? I mean, that's just their dream, just to get drafted, you know? And then obviously your dream to get to the majors and all that, but I mean, just to get drafted. He gets drafted. He's playing minor league baseball, and then you want this season to end, so you should just start tipping pitches.
Yeah,
I
that was
mean,
terrible. That's pretty crazy that that's even.
total Bull Durham, just
Yeah.
fastball, you know,
Yeah.
middle in. So, but
No, it's pretty
good
nuts.
thing for Twins. They dumped him, so
Yeah, you got
that's
to.
the right
You got
move.
to. He's
You
banned
know,
forever.
yeah,
He'll never touch a field again, except for
yeah.
the Sunday softball. But that's it.
I mean, yeah. I just don't know what you're thinking. Um,
Yeah, that's terrible.
and they lost the game and it was eliminated from playoff contention.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
If you want to be done, just fake an injury or something. Say you got
yeah,
hurt. Say your obliques, something. Get out of there. Don't break your team though. That's
right.
terrible.
Yeah, that's just, I don't know how he got out of that dugout or the locker room, but
Oh
maybe
no,
it was,
there's no.
unless if it was afterwards and everyone found out. But,
It must have been. I would have
uh,
killed him though. Yeah, he would have
yeah,
died. There's no
yeah,
way.
yeah. But,
But
yeah, that's just, I don't know, man. I mean, just everyone would want to trade. positions with you, and then you do something like that. That's just, it's
Yeah,
pretty shitty. Let's just call
it's,
it a spade a spade.
yeah,
So,
it's despicable. That can't happen.
entertainment. That's all I had for that segment. I thought I had a couple more, and I thought I wrote them down, but I didn't. So
Well, I don't have
I
a
got
gotta be better, but Skip Schumacher, man, shout out to that guy. Shout out to Skip. He said, "We're not walking Shohei. We're gonna go right after him. Let's go and try to beat him." It didn't work. He probably should have walked him,
yeah.
but
How does that work?
good shout. I like it.
Hey, you
Why?
got nothing to lose. I mean, you might
Yeah,
as
why?
well. So
Yeah, why? Why do it? Just go after him. And I liked it. Good for him. And I hate the Dodgers too, but I thought that was cool. So shout out to
yeah,
Skip.
but I think that would be pretty shitty if like the next 9 games, everyone just walked them.
Exactly.
You
Like
know,
nobody wants to see that.
yeah. I mean,
And
that's just. I
also,
mean,
be a competitor. Maybe go and
yeah,
beat him.
yeah. If you want to beat them, strike them out. Get them.
Yeah. Or if you
Pop
really
them
want to
up or
do it,
whatever.
or hit him
You
at
know.
least, don't walk him.
Yeah, but then
Throw
he's
it at his
still going to
head.
get his stolen bases, though. You know.
Yeah, I know.
So
Yeah, there's nothing you do about that. But he's gonna
yeah,
do it with walks too. But if you're gonna do it,
yeah,
throw it at his head at least. But don't go walking people. Intentionally
yeah.
walking, hate that. I think it's gross.
That's just.
But anyways, yeah,
Um,
Scout to skip.
entertainment. What do you got for entertainment news?
Emmys just happened
Yeah,
last week. Yeah, Emmys just
yeah.
happened last week. It was a
Not a
big
ton of
Emmys.
yeah, but there wasn't a ton like announcement or whatever. It was just like boom, the Emmys. I was like, oh shit, you
There's been some
know.
stuff kind of here and there, but yeah, it's not the Emmys never gets a ton of love. For
Yeah.
whatever reason, it's the TV award. Um, but yeah, Emmys got were announced last or were on last week. Big
And then
showing.
you had the VMAs the week before that too.
And VMAs were right before
So
that as well. So another big showing as well. So two big award shows.
what about Beyonce getting shut out in the VMAs?
Um, I mean, it's
No.
Beyonce. She could probably win all the time. Anytime she releases something, it could probably be a win. But
Yeah,
I
but I was
think
just surprised that she didn't get nothing on that. I mean,
I
I thought
wasn't,
that was
dude. Taylor
yeah.
was came out. Taylor came out. Sabrina Carpenter came out. Chapel Brown came out. They are all massive right now. Not to say Beyonce's not massive. She's Beyonce. She's always gonna be massive. But just with what's going on right now, I really wasn't surprised. Especially when you're competing with Taylor. We've seen Beyonce and Taylor compete before. It usually worked out for Taylor. So, um, I don't necessarily agree with it, but
Is there a bigger duo in anything right now
and Taylor
than
and
those
Beyonce,
two? Yeah.
no, they're gonna
I
rule the
mean,
world for the next
just
100 years, however,
yeah,
because they're not old. So
yeah.
yeah,
I
no,
mean,
they'll always be running running the world, I guess. So girls run the world.
just
Um,
crazy.
but yeah, VMAs, Emmys, record night for the Emmys. Shogun won 19 Emmys. That's a record. No show has ever won that many
Hmm.
awards before, so that was pretty cool too. I don't know if there was records for VMAs. Taylor Swift probably won some record. I'm sure she probably
And
did.
who did the? It was Eugene Levy and his son, right? That did
And
the
Dan
hosting.
Levy, they
Yeah,
hosted
yeah,
the Emmys, yeah,
yeah.
and then it was Meg Thee Stallion that hosted the VMAs. So,
Uh,
um, yeah, it was cool. Two big
and what
awards.
was there a big thing for Eminem for the VMAs too?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. There was a
Yeah,
big thing. Yeah.
yeah. That he was back.
Right.
So
Yeah, yeah, because he dropped an album not that long ago, a couple weeks ago, I
yeah,
think. So,
yeah,
so he showed up, which was pretty cool because he doesn't show up to award shows.
yeah, yeah.
So that's cool. But yeah,
Because I
it was
think
cool.
that's
Missy
what
Elliott.
his song. Look who's back.
Yeah,
The,
yeah, yeah.
you know. But,
It was pretty cool. But yeah, two big award shows. Congrats to all of them. Some big winners. So
and then you got the fall season starting to come. I think there's some shows starting. I saw like the next week or maybe next week I think it is, and then some more in October. But yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So the fall season will start coming up, so that's good. So
yeah, and you got like fall, wintertime movies coming up too. So this is their last. I think they're at the end of the cycle in order to be eligible for
oh, that's what I was
awards
gonna say.
next
What
year.
about movies? And I won't say it three times, but I'll only say it once.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice,
Uh-huh.
because you can't say it three times, right? Um,
Uh,
what
well,
about that
yeah,
coming out?
yeah, that came out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean,
sequel.
it
30
was kind of
years
hush on it,
later,
right?
40 years later.
Yeah.
No, that got that got a bunch of praise and it did well in the box office too. Got good reviews. So yeah, second Beetlejuice came out. Tim Burton took half a century to make it, but um, pretty cool. I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, pretty cool. Heard pretty much only good things about it. So
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it, but yeah, it
yeah,
was just like, oh, the Beetlejuice came out. It's like what?
yeah,
So yeah, no, that was cool. So,
hmm
but yeah, so we'll start getting some shows, and then yeah, fall season. I mean, I love my shows coming back on, so um,
right.
get the DVR fired back up. So, anything else? What else you got?
I think that
Yeah,
covers it.
yeah, I think that does it. That's all we got. So hit us up on the directories, watch us on YouTube, listen to us on Spotify and all your other apps, and let us know if you want anything. That's all we got. Peace out.